So we went to GenCon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We did this thing called GenCon. It's the best 4 days in gaming, apparently. And what they mean by that is it's 4 days in gaming with a 5th day that's trade day. So it's really 5 days, but we don't talk about that. So GenCon was interesting. There's some things that we're not going to talk about because drama.
Oh.
There's a bunch of little drama. There's some altercations that happen between some people that are YouTube people. If you want to look it up yourself, that's fine. You know, we're just talking about our experience. We're not really talking about all that stuff. And hopefully, you know, I know everybody's probably sick of listening to their favorite podcast and hearing about GenCon. But I think that overall, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like we do a lot of different things than some of the, like most of these podcasts, they're always talking about the biggest games.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we got some of those on here that we'll breeze through, but I think we do a lot of cool other things at GenCon that might be interesting to listen to. Maybe. We'll find out. You let us know at MeepleCore or MeepleCore@gmail.com if you think if you're tired of hearing about GenCon or if this was entertaining enough. So there's 3 different kind of things we're talking about. One is like events. We've got games that we saw, and then we got games that we demoed. We're going to kind of go in this order. So we're going to talk about some of the events. First, Matt, tell us about the cosplay contest, because what other podcast is going to the cosplay contest?
Yeah, what other podcast?
Right.
I missed the parade. Eric, you saw the parade though, right?
Yeah, not all of it, but yeah, a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's
It was long. There was
I wish I would have watched both
people.
of them, because essentially I was like, I just want to see the contest, but then it's like there's so many people that just don't get in the contest,
Right.
and they just walk the parade.
Exactly.
But if you watch the parade, don't you lose the option of getting a good seat?
No, I think there's enough time, because they go from the parade to prejudging.
Mm-hmm.
And you got enough time.
Oh, is it like an hour difference?
Yeah,
kind of deal?
it's about an hour, I think.
I thought they went straight into, because in the past, I believe they went straight in and literally people were being seated at that point.
Oh no, yeah, they go from the parade to prejudging, and that's actually like 30 minutes after the parade for prejudging, and I think that's 30 minutes before. Yeah, it's about an hour.
Okay, cool.
Beforehand, but yeah, the cosplay contest, it's fun as usual. I did not have an event ticket. They did event tickets for this. What was this event ticket thing they were doing this year with all these stuff?
It's like they event ticketed everything, even though it was free.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It was a free event ticket.
Yeah, it was a free event ticket, but I didn't have one, but there was a secondary line. I think everybody got in that didn't.
Awesome.
You know, the people that didn't have, there were still empty seats when I turned around and looked.
Gotcha.
Right.
The contest alone, though, it was fun. It seemed like it was a little down from last year. Like there wasn't nearly as many contestants. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And not as many like big, like wow kind of things that you saw up there.
I will say, just walking around the con, I didn't see as many people, out in the hallways.
Right. Yeah.
It's a big,
even in like cosplay row, as they call it, right there, right outside the dealer hall there. It didn't seem like there would be that many.
Well, I wonder if, because last year they started doing the cosplay contest in Lucas Oil Stadium, I wonder if there's more people over there. Like maybe they forced them to go there stand.
Well, not the contest, but they got the workshops and everything over there. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, possible.
Like the focus is more, like it's weird because the focus over there, I mean, obviously they've got the gaming area for the library, but they've got all like the anime related stuff in Lucas Oil.
Well,
like
they changed that this year.
Oh, did they?
They actually moved that to one of the hotels. Yes.
Huh.
They moved, because I was like, I said last year, I was like, I'm going to go just chill over here.
We're going to the Magma library.
Yeah, whenever I got to one of the books and was looking through it, it went to like one of the hotels.
Oh, interesting.
So
I wonder what they had in all those rooms then.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, because we never walked over there, did we?
Oh, we didn't. We never actually went to Lucas Oil Stadium.
Mm-mm.
Oh, we failed.
We did it the one time when we were trying to figure out a quick way to get out to our parking spot.
Yeah.
That was it.
Eric, you did.
Yeah.
So,
did you?
Well, it was Sunday at 2, and most of it was closed down.
Oh, oh, that's why I did the family stuff.
What's up with that? It's a family event day. It already closes early at 4.
And you close early.
But a lot of things close down outside of the event hall. A lot of stuff closed down at 2. Or, some things, some things you can get into it before 3. I think no. Some things you had to they stopped at 3, but you had to be in line by 2.
Gotcha. Well, so what about the contest? Like,
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to.
anything impress you is what I guess.
There was a few impressive ones. Yeah. How do you guys feel about? And Eric has seen this. So they have all these different categories, like anime, history, pop culture, potpourri, whatever. They take the number one winner of each of them groups, and then they just do a crowd participation on who gets overall winner.
You mean like a crowd, like everybody scream?
Yes,
it's everybody scream for this guy.
And they're literally like
this lady.
Using decibel levels. Not really, but I think they just judge it by ear. But they didn't do that whenever.
No,
or did you not stay for the judging? Or
no, I stayed for judging, but I didn't remember seeing that.
So the past 2 years, that's what they've done. I don't know if they just started this, but it just seems weird. I don't know. It
kind of makes sense.
I'm confused. Hold on. So in the past, how did they judge them?
I don't know. This is the only 2 I've ever went to. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It probably was like that. I've only been to them a couple of times, and it was literally maybe 10 years ago. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I've only went to maybe the first 5 or 6 that I've been going to GenCon, and then past that, I've skipped it.
Right. And I even going to like, Walker Stalker Con, they did this exact same thing. They'd have like walkers, stalkers, and then kids. And the winner of each group got up there, and they would just do like loud applause to see who got best overall.
Yeah, I think the only problem with that is you get into a popularity fest or like a favorite fest.
Or who's the cutest.
Right, yes.
Or who's the cutest or whatever. And it's not really about the craftsmanship, although if it's really outlandishly done and it's awesome, that's going to help you. But for instance, I was actually surprised. Who was it that won the steampunk costume?
Yeah, he won the overall.
I am straight surprised. Like, how? Like, my point being is, like, was he recognizable as a character, or was it's just a costume, or what?
He was in the history thing, and whatever he said his name was sounded like it could be something from like World War II era.
Gotcha.
Germany. Because I think he was like something von this. That's
such a cool.
Yeah, so it's like I think he might have been trying to portray himself as somebody. I didn't recognize who it was.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he was essentially like a steampunk zombie.
I mean, let me be clear. This guy is awesome. Steampunk is one of my favorite genres, and everything about it was great. But what I'm saying is, if you put it into a context of a lot of people just screaming who they like, I figured like you throw Deadpool up there and everybody's gonna go nuts.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, actually, that now that I'm even posing the question, I'm looking at it. It's like he should have won.
No. What I'm saying is, in a crowd that's judging it based on how loud they are, it almost seems like people are going to yell for people they know, or maybe characters they recognize more so than like costume quality. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's great. I'm glad that he won.
You might get that, but I'd imagine the people who are just kind of checking it out, for what it is.
I see.
It's probably going to outweigh the people that are just judging it because, like, I like this anime character.
What I'm saying though is, we're talking about Gen Con's cosplay contest. It's not like an anime convention where everyone's in costume. Like, most people are I can imagine that a lot of people in the crowd are there just for fun. They probably not into cosplay, or maybe they don't know anything about it, or they like games and it's just another event to try. So I would assume, and maybe I'm assuming wrong, that the crowd was going to lean towards like favorites rather than like actually being judges over who made the better costume. But it sounds like maybe it played out to where the better costume actually won, which it should have.
No, and I can actually say for the past 2 years, because last year they actually had to do it back and forth between 2 people like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Because it was that close. And even then, I think the better person won then. This year, I think the person who deserved it won it.
Well, that's awesome. I'm super excited it's working out that way. It's really interesting that it.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. It could get skewed in a way, but
I'm just saying I'm surprised it's not.
Yeah,
like, cause it's like going to the fair,
right?
Like a local fair with a costume on. Those people are probably like, "Oh, he's Homer Simpson," and then you come out there with like some crazy get up, like you're from like World of Warcraft or something, with some outlandish armor that took you like months to build. And they're like, "But he's Homer Simpson."
Yeah, and I will say they also, when they're doing this, it's like, because they had like 10 people up there, they go through really quick, and then they take the top 3. So it gets narrowed down somewhat, and then it makes the crowd pretty much pick between those three.
Gotcha.
To go for.
Do it again with those three.
Do it again with those three, and then see who got the loudest then. So
I guess to answer your original question, what do we think about that? Let me kind of pose a question to you. Do you think that that's fine, or would you rather have them have a panel of judges and listen to their opinions and stuff?
I could see it either way, but
because that almost like take the fun out of it. Somewhat.
Yeah, but looking at it now, I guess it's worked out.
Yeah.
So I guess it's okay.
Letting the audience decide who did the best instead of a panel of 5 people.
I will say, like, a third of the people get up after the showing is over, though. And they don't stick around. They don't stick around for the voting and like watching who wins and all this stuff. They just literally watch people come out, do their thing, and then they get up and leave.
So the people are serious about voting too, or staying around.
Okay, yeah. So you are weeding people out that way too.
Okay, well that makes sense. Knowing that, then I can see why it has worked out, because the people who don't care other than just being entertained, they're out.
Right.
They left.
They get up and leave.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That makes more sense on why it's like that then. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm sure if I was one of or if you talk to some of the contestants, they might be like, I wish there was a panel of judges. Do you see how many LEDs are on this?
Yeah.
So anyway, then we did the dance again. You needed a ticket to go to it.
Yes.
Yeah. We got in there.
We got in.
We'll leave out the rest. But so yeah, it was really fun.
Well, it wasn't anywhere near being crowded enough. This was the lowest attendance at that dance this year than it looked like a third of what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because usually they have a hardwood floor that people dance on. The rest,
you know
of it's
what
carpet.
though? Maybe all those people weren't actually at the convention though. Maybe that's why they started doing that.
That's a good point, because like there was so many people there that just
maybe people
in.
just knew that there's a party there, let's go, and they just show up, and it didn't matter. They never checked badges.
Yeah.
Did they not check badges the previous year?
No.
Oh.
No, it wasn't a ticketed event. It was just
I
open.
know it wasn't ticketed, but I thought
you were supposed to have a badge. They might have had one person, but it's like at one door, and you can go in the other two.
And then that person's not walking around.
Yeah, that person ain't checking anything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad. I'd rather it be ticketed, because I mean, I don't know. There were never really weird people that showed up.
Keeps the riffraff out.
Keeps the riffraff out. Right. So that was fun. What about that Tetris theme song?
Oh yeah. Thanks, Matt.
Matt made an excellent suggestion to the DJ.
Yeah, we had guys and girls in Tetris outfits, and I don't know why he couldn't just take it upon himself to do the Tetris theme song, but it took a little nudge. He came through, and I will say, because I was really upset, the rest of his music was really bad. He kept taking like 80 songs and then ruining the beats, remixing them, and then he was even playing like weird like he played an AC/DC song. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? About a third of the songs that were played is not danceable.
Right. He didn't go with the 80s electro pop.
Yeah,
he needed
the theme
more
of it.
He needed more of that kind of stuff. So yeah, how do you dance to? Shook Me All Night Long? Right. It's kind of hard to dance to.
Right. It's just, I don't know. Then he probably played a few too many slow songs too.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it is 80s.
Right.
And then we recorded a podcast. If you want to check out that episode, it's the one before this, GenCon bonus. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, we had Emerson Matsuchi and Paul and from Board Game Corner, and Roy Canaday from Epic Gaming Night. That was super fun. We had to find a spot because our spot that we thought was going to not be taken, somebody was there with a laptop just doing whatever.
And some dude reading a D&D manual.
Yeah, they were just hanging out.
Yeah,
that was their Sunday, apparently.
Yeah, there's a lot of people hanging out.
But it was educational.
It was educational.
It was very Emerson. Wow, it's he. Did you know he designed the Gamelin
item meeples?
Item meeples?
Not until you told me.
Yeah. I'm saying this. I will say that Emerson Matsuchi is he is up there as far as the friendliest guy in board gaming and stuff.
I mean, definitely.
He is so nice, so encouraging. He is always positive. Dude, I mean,
and I think I could just sit down and listen to him tell stories.
Yeah.
He was talking about this German stuff. I don't even remember what it was, but he was saying all these German words very nicely. Saying them perfect. I was like, wow.
Yeah, very elegant.
Yeah, very elegant. I was like, wow, I could just sit here and listen to this for a while.
Yeah.
Tell me more German stuff.
Yeah, tell me more German stuff, Emerson.
Yeah. So cool. So cool. I'm glad we finally got to sit down and record a podcast with him. Since I got this new mixer board, I don't know how to do Skype through it yet.
Right.
But whatever. We'll get to that at one point. We all played this other game.
Yes.
That was not a board game. It's called Death Squared.
Yeah.
And Eric, you tell us about it.
Oh, well, I guess it's just a 2-player game. It looks like you're little dice almost. You go in.
You can play. You can play with 4.
Oh, you
Did
can play
I mention
up to
this
4?
is like a console game? We played
Console
it on
game.
Xbox One.
Right. So you're going along. It's kind of a puzzly game. You're both on different maps, and you have to do different things, such as go on a platform that raises this gate. Another guy has to go through that to do something else to keep the gate open. So there's all kinds of different puzzles. The one that we did, the last one, was really hard because one guy's just off the screen.
Yeah, you
can't
don't even see him.
Yeah.
So
there's no context. You walk up and the guy was like,
yeah, here you
you
play,
go.
figure it out.
if you beat it within this much time, you get a prize.
Like 5
If you beat
minutes
it,
or
you
something.
get like plushies of the dice.
It was
Yeah.
funny. We were sitting there, and Eric was like, "So, this and that, trying to get like, a few little tips." And the guy will come over. He was like, "You must learn as you play."
Yeah. I'm not telling you nothing. You sit down and you learn.
Well, that's like the whole point of the game too.
I know,
is
but
to-
Eric was really going for a plushie.
Well-
He was trying to power game.
Eric,
Well, I would like the basic, what's the overview basic thing you're supposed to do?
you almost needed to wait around. It's amazing that you could walk up and just do this.
Yeah,
Like no one else was playing it. I guess because it's a video game at a board gaming convention.
man.
That was awesome. All
Yeah.
I know is it was great advertisement because I think that team designed that game, and I guess the Risk game on
The Risk zombie game or whatever.
Yeah, for the.
Well, that was just one version of it. They had different versions of it, didn't they?
I'm not sure. I actually didn't pay too much attention to the.
I thought
Risk
they had like a
stuff.
Risk Western and a bunch of other like crazy things like that or something.
Maybe. I think it was the same game. It just had different modes built into it.
Right. No, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But that company who did both was there promoting that stuff, and I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a great.
It was a good game.
Yeah, I'm like super interested in. Once I save up enough money, I'm gonna get a Nintendo Switch, and it's on that. And what's cool is you can just kickstand that out, bust out the little Joy-Cons, and play 2 players on that same screen anywhere you want. I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably gonna get that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. I got to play with both you guys, and
Right.
I felt like we did pretty good.
Yeah. The only thing I worry about that one is like if you beat it and you've played through all the missions. I mean, is it
Similar?
I guess you
Yeah.
could replay it with somebody else because it would still be difficult.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So
And a lot of stuff. I mean, they're not necessarily hard. You're kind of also trying to beat the clock, and also coordinate and not fall off. There's
Yeah.
a open terrain. If you fall off, you have to start over.
yeah. Anytime you make a mistake and one of you dies, you start that mission over again.
Right. So there's all kinds of stuff. There's also spikes that come out of the ground if one person goes too far ahead or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really fun. We went to the auction, but not specifically the auction. We
Right.
went to the consignment portion of it, which I don't know what we've done in the past. I mean, we've always walked in there and I've guessed they had it.
I've
Yeah.
never been in that room before.
Oh, really?
I've checked it out
But
previous years.
Is it way bigger on the consignment side than it ever was?
I think it's about the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, because I guess maybe I didn't go in there for a few years. And then when I was in there, I was mostly looking at War Machine and miniatures and stuff.
Yeah.
Because people mark that stuff down so much for like secondhand miniatures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many board games. And the way this is priced, if you've never went to the auction consignment store at GenCon, first off, they're going to take your stuff, put it behind a counter, and give you like a bag check so you can't steal stuff. Makes sense.
Right.
But all the games are going to have like a sheet of paper on it that kind of tells you the component quality because you can't open the game boxes, I'm pretty sure. I think they're all taped.
It looked that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some people bagged them up. Some people taped them closed.
Yeah, either way, you're not getting inside of it.
Yeah.
But it will mention if the cards are sleeved or if they're, if there's missing anything, which I guess they shouldn't put it there if it is.
Probably not.
Yeah. Or if anything was maybe replaced with better components. But more importantly, it shows you the dates. So some of them will be, like it has a reserve and just you pay that money and then you get it. But some of them have like each day it lowers in price.
Right.
It doesn't happen on Sunday, but it's Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And if you buy it on Saturday, you can buy it for the cheapest price typically.
Right. And the people that put it on consignment get to choose those amounts.
Right. And
because some of them didn't drop very much. Some of them dropped a lot.
yeah, some of them was started at 15, 10, and then 5.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. You bought some stuff there, right?
No, I've not thought about it.
What?
But we got there kind of late on Saturday, and the stuff that was the probable purchases, they were gone.
Well, I bought like 3 things. I think one was Sultania. It's a Asmodee game where you're kind of building this, I guess like a Taj Mahal looking building. I didn't really read the story or anything, just looking at the pictures. But I don't know. I got it for like $10. I was super excited because, I mean, it's gotten decent reviews. I got an old Mayfair game that's now collectible. It's Dos Rios, and you're building. It's like the Valley of Two Rivers or something. But you're building. This was brand new shrink wrap for $5. If Mayfair was still around and they had their clearance rack, I would have bought this for $7.
Right.
So I feel like $5 is totally worth it. And then I got the War Machine MK3 Primal book for $10. This is a $60 hardback book, and it was in perfect brand new condition.
Yep.
I am so looking forward to I don't know why we skipped it a couple years, but I'm so looking forward to the consignment area next year. I don't know about the auction. That's not really my style.
Auctions were kind of fun. I participated.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
I thought it was fun to just watch it.
Yeah, they
This
were kind of
year, did you
entertaining.
Or last year?
No, it was like 2 years ago.
Oh,
I
okay.
bid on some stuff. It cost you $1 to get a number, and then
What do you just hold up like a paddle kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's just a piece of paper with your number on it.
Oh, nice.
Do they have like different things they do on each day, or because it looked like
they have a
everything was like
schedule.
real like okay, because that was like old D&D supplements.
Yeah,
A lot of I think what we were seeing.
Do they have it listed out so you know when you need to show up?
right. Like 4 to 6 o'clock on this day, they're doing these kind of family games or
Oh,
Euro
you don't know the
games.
items, but you know like the type of stuff that's in that hour block.
And I believe on the far left they have bookshelves where you can actually look at those items.
Oh, okay, that's neat.
Oh, that's awesome. So you can show up and say, okay, well, family time, I'm coming here.
Yeah. So okay,
Or D&D time.
what do they have during family time? You can look at all the games and then you can come back because you might be interested not maybe just in that genre, but in specific games that they're gonna have. Just quickly on that as well. I kind of did some research on it. So if you wanted to bring your stuff, I don't believe you can bring it at GenCon. You have to like pre-res your stuff, but it's $2 per item, and then a $15% charge if they do sell your stuff.
15% charge?
15%, yeah.
Okay.
Plus $2.
Gotcha.
So if you want it in the store, it's $1, and then they take a cut of 10%.
And what's interesting, like sometimes that stuff goes for way more money than it should just because people are having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
right.
I know there was evidently some drama going on when we were in there. So
it was like Triple X Monopoly, but I don't think it was really Triple X, as you would think about it. But it went for like $300.
Oh, I just there was evidently some people holding a grudge against some guy that won something earlier. I don't know if y'all were listening to that. Yeah. People just started driving them up just to do it. It was kind of funny because the auctioneers were just talking about it. They're like, and they were even egging it on. They're like, "Come on, aren't y'all upset he took that from you? Come on, outbid him." It was so funny, but it was kind of a fun thing to sit there and watch.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we did the math trade. Normally we trade so much stuff that we actually make a topic of it in the past. I don't think we did it for this one, if I remember correctly. I don't even think we talked about the games we traded or anything. Did we?
Because the last podcast, the match trade results happened like right after we got done.
Oh, that was correct. Yeah, you're right. So, like, literally, I was about ready to just read the results, but the Abacorn thing is kind of weird, so we had to like figure it out. But yeah, that would have been cool if it was tacked on the end. But anyway, so did y'all bring your list at all, or do you remember kind of?
I got mine.
Oh, okay, cool. So, Matt, let's start with you. What you give away and what you receive?
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot. No, you guys did quite a bit. I only had 5 trades.
No, we all had about pretty evenly.
Right. Oh, you just sold a bunch of stuff, I guess. And bought.
Outside of the mass trade, I bought and sold a lot more, but didn't go heavy on mass trade this year.
Right.
Well, for Gen Con.
So my mass trade, I gave Junta. Yay!
No, Junta.
I got rid of my AEG big game night
2014 or something.
I got rid of Journey to the Middle of the Earth, which I bought for $7 from the Mayfair thing, but
you got rid of a collectible.
That game's pretty bad. I got rid of Puerto Rico, which I know you guys were upset because I think I was supposed to keep that.
That was our trifecta.
Yeah,
that was our first game together, wasn't it?
Yeah. So sorry on that one. I got rid of Master Fox, and hey, that's my fish. I received Elder Sign, Guildhall, Marcy Case, Time Stories, and Prophet of the Dragons, or Prophecy of the Dragons, Time Stories, and Kanagawa.
Nice. What was the last one?
Kanagawa.
This one wants a deer.
It's a yellow game.
Oh,
it's like you lay art tiles out and stuff.
Much about it, but I've seen it around.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it does look pretty. Yes.
Yeah, it's I think it's like a tableau building kind of thing.
Gotcha. I just realized you have a neat
clipboard.
Clipboard.
Oh yeah. I've always had a clipboard.
You
never noticed
not that one though, right?
No, this is one I've always had.
Well, anyway, I'm new to the podcast.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, the one thing about Kanagawa, it comes with like a almost like, I don't know what it is. You would probably know what it is, Tim. It's like a kind of, it's not really a scroll, but it kind of comes out. It's almost like
a parchment.
Yeah, but it's like tiled looking, and it has like, it almost looks like blinds you've rolled up, but it's
like a bamboo mat.
Yes.
There you go. Kind of like what they print those calendars on that you get from like the Asian restaurants.
Exactly. That's like those. Yes. It comes with like a little one of the, I think you put like the cards you can bid on.
That's awesome. So that's its play mat. It's like a little bamboo mat. That's fantastic.
Wow.
Eric, what about you? How'd your math trade go?
So I had 6 different trades. First for me is Kingsport Festival. It's kind of like Cthulhu Kingsburg.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I gave $10 for that at the math trade. Colossal Arena, which I didn't realize. I thought it was a Contier game.
Condottiere.
Yeah, for some reason. I got that for $5.
Like it's in a yellow box. Click.
Get it. Yeah.
But that's fine, though, because they're releasing, a newer version of Condottiere.
Yes.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome. That is a really good game.
So is Colossal Arena, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it's super good.
I just don't remember it. It's been a while.
Oh. I liked it a lot.
Did you? Okay. Also we got Dice City with all that Glitters expansion and the Crossroads expansion.
He already owned it.
I was gonna say you already owned that.
I owned the base game, Dice City.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I got it for the other stuff. I traded one of my many Tiny Epic Quest. So I got rid of one of those.
You weren't here for the math trade for Origins. Eric ended
up
with
you got
5
copies.
copies.
I got like 5 or 6 copies. Yeah. I got $20. I got rid of Game of Thrones, the card game. Actually, I picked up another one, so it was a duplicate. I got $25 for Citadels. It was not strength, but it was sleeved and all that. And then I got King Domino, the giant version, for $15.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you. Thought you did buy the giant version.
Yeah, the giant version is like 4 times as big.
That's awesome.
As the original version.
Well, I had 7 trades, and then I worked out one more for a direct trade with somebody. I traded the Age of Mythology board game. Sorry, Eric, because I think you gave it to me like a long, long time ago.
Yep, we never played it.
I traded this for I don't know if this was. I'm pretty sure these are how like this game for that game kind of deal.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to exactly know which one went with which.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run through the games I gave away, and then I'm gonna talk about the games I got. So I gave away Age of Mythologies, the board game, Betrayal at House on the Hill, Spectral Rails, Mage Storm, Pick a Pig, Smash Up, which that was like a second copy I actually had. Video Game High School, and the direct trade I did was Rolling America.
Sorry, Isaac.
Yeah, sorry, Isaac. You know what? I wasn't invested in that IP at all.
Yeah.
So I had 0 interest in playing it again, even though it was a decent game. So, but I traded Rolling America directly for Crazy Cards.
Oh.
So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I mean, people either love or hate Crazy Cards, and I wanted to pick this up, so that worked out well, probably on both of our ends. Otherwise, I guess he wouldn't have traded it. But I got a game called Hunters of Arkfall. I'm really not sure if this is going to be good. It's like a small little card game with dice that you roll. It seems like it's just going to be a bunch of dice fest, but it looks cool. I got Mythos Tales, which is like Sherlock Holmes whatever the total name is, consulting detective or whatever.
Right.
The book in it is so big. I don't know if it's over there, Matt, if you see it immediately, but it is such a thick book that comes with it. It's crazy. And I'm looking forward to playing it.
So is that book game rules, or is it story, or?
It's like what you need to research or whatever. I mean, the game comes with so much. I mean, you literally are being a detective, which is interesting because Detective came out at GenCon by Portal Games, and I was super interested in getting that. And then the math trade happened, and I got this, and I was like, I'll play this first, see if this is the type of game I would enjoy, and then move on to get Detective. So, Unusual Suspects. Matt's excited about that one. I got a game called Prosperity, which is a Istari game. Istari Games game. And at this point, I just pretty much buy any game by them if I don't have it, because every game they have is awesome. I really like it. And it just happened to be a benefit that this one is designed by Reiner Knizia alongside somebody else. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Lift It. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was looking forward to this game. I actually
You get to use your head.
Yeah, you get to use your head, right? You put little cranes on your head and you pick up. I actually got it because I thought it would be funny to have, like a fun little thing to play at like parties or whatever. But more importantly, I also got it because I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with Theron, just because he loves construction equipment like cranes. He always picks up his cranes and starts hooking them onto everything else. So I busted this out and it was crazy to see how happy he was.
Yeah, it's funny because that was a USopoly game, and that was back when like the only IP things they bought was like it was behind the shelf, and they had all these other games like Lifted and stuff out there. Now it's like you're not going to find a game that doesn't have an IP slapped on it from them, so it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, they should. I don't know. I thought Lifted did well every time they had it for those couple of years. Like everyone was always at the table.
Oh yeah, there was a few other games. They did reverse charades, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. I
thought it was them that did reverse charades.
It's up there. I can't see it immediately.
I think it is, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Well, I mean, that's kind of a hard one to demo at Gen Con, I guess. But Lift It's such a great centerpiece of your convention space,
right? Because
people are like, "What is this craziness that's happening?" So, anyway, and then I've got Stellar Conflict. From Stronghold Games. I always wanted to play this one.
Yeah.
They also, no joke, I did not know this came with a sweetener. And this came with a game called Starfleet Game. Or maybe it's called something else, like Starfleet Stellar, I don't know. I can't see it over there, but more importantly, it comes in a VHS case.
That's two for you.
It's not an actual VHS case. It's just the same style of case. Like it opens like that.
That's the one.
Like it's
the plastic case.
Yeah, it's a plastic VHS case, but it doesn't have like the parts in the middle that keep the spinning things.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
The spinny things.
Yeah.
The technical term.
Technical thing. Well, anyway, so it's a very old game. I think it's like 2001 or something like that, which is sad to say that's old at this point. Oh, man. I got Ophir, or O-P-H-I-R. Sorry. Dyslexia. O-P-H. Oh, no, I said it right. I-R. Anyway, I saw this on Tabletop Simulator when we were getting games to play and stuff. And I was like, this game looks awesome, but we never got around to playing it. And then I got it in this. I'm pretty excited. And then, like I said, Crazy Cards. So it wasn't as,
it wasn't Origins.
It wasn't Origins, but I think that people, I don't know.
I think it was because of Bear, or was his name Bear?
BN.
BN is what made the trades happen. What we added up or something, he had like $2,500
He spent all kinds of money on that on the math trade. He's like home a lot of games.
Yeah, he must have a shop or something.
Something.
Hopefully,
or he's buying for a library. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some kind of investment going on there.
Yeah. But yeah, the math trade, if you aren't familiar with them, definitely look into them. We've talked about it in the past on the other episodes. They're highly awesome because you just get rid of stuff you do not want or won't play again and get stuff that you're interested in. Not saying everything you get is gold, but essentially it's gold because you probably wanted it more than what you got rid of.
Right.
So fantastic. We can always use more people in the pool. So let's talk about some of the games that we saw or games that we got like sales pitches for. These aren't games that we actually played, but we've seen, and we might have a couple comments on it. So the first thing, y'all have this listed out?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. We're just going to kind of go on a round robin here. Tiny Epic Mechs. What'd you think about that, Matt?
I'm not very big on mechs.
I love mechs.
Like I said, I've just never really cared for them. What was the Square game?
Xenosaga? Or are you
Xenosaga.
talking about Front Mission?
No, Xenosaga.
Gotcha.
The one that came out like right after Final Fantasy VII, kind of
Yeah.
like almost looked like the same game with mechs.
Yeah, that'd be Xenosaga.
Just ever since then, I just never really cared for them. They never interested me. But this game looks really cool. I also like the fact that Gamelin, like every game they have, is completely different from the other one.
Yeah.
I think this one is kind of like you're building up parts of your mech and stuff, and it's kind of like more of a fighting kind of arena style is what I think Roy told us.
And they're using the meeples where you can attach different things to them.
Mm-hmm.
Which again was designed by Emerson Matsuchi.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Dude, this item meeple thing, at first I was like, that is the most generic gimmicky thing ever.
Oh,
and it's
I
so
always thought it was
awesome.
awesome, right?
No, wait,
yeah.
let me finish.
You would give them a sword and a shield. And...
It's such a toy. And it just makes my eyes just big every time I see another Gamelin game. I'm like, oh, item meeples. I mean, we got Tiny Epic Zombies from them, and you can actually put your guy in a meeple of a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's completely unnecessary and awesome at the same time.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's weird. It's because I said gimmicky. I guess it is kind of a gimmick, but it's a fantastic gimmick.
Yeah, well, it helps that they put good games around it.
Yes,
It's
that's not what they're selling.
Exactly. It's just it's an eye grab, but when you get down to it, all the games are very, they're good games.
Oh yeah.
To go with the fun little toy meeples.
Yeah, so fun. We saw the Guar deck building game is coming to Kickstarter. I think it's like Q1 of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's when the Kickstarter happens or when it releases.
Yeah, I tried looking up some more information on this. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, the little pamphlet just said, or little flyer that we got said Q1 2019. If you're not familiar with Guar, they are a very entertaining band. But more importantly, they have I can't imagine them not having games to this point. So it's really weird that they haven't put out games because the characters and everything.
They have a miniature game.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
they do. Well, but that was recent.
2 years ago maybe.
Right. So I mean, like they've been around since like the 70s or 80s or something.
I don't
maybe
think
early 90s.
Late 80s. I think I was in middle school when I first heard about them.
So,
and they were even on Scumdogs then, so they even had an album before that.
Yeah, which was I think. Oh man, I remember
something
the name.
Something with Antarctica.
I think there was like an EP before that too.
Not sure.
Well, either way, it's a deck building game. Hopefully, it's more than just Ascension or Dominion clones, and they put something interesting and unique about the Guar universe, and not just the character art on cards and call it a game.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is they said they were going to make it family friendly.
Well, they said the artwork.
The artwork.
Yeah. So you're not going to see, they have a lot of very disgusting things that might be genitalia that can attack you.
Well, I was going to say, I must have mistook what they said. If they were just saying artwork, because some of the characters' names are lewd enough.
Right.
So it's like, well, they going to censor the names of the characters or.
Then you lost off Guar.
Yeah. So, okay, maybe I'm a little bit more interested than I was, but I was scared it was going to be too tamed down.
Strictly from that conversation, I was asking them about the well, I won't even say the name. I totally just punched the mic. There's something in there that's very it's inappropriate, and he said that's not going to be in it. They're taming that portion of it down.
You can say cuttlefish. It's an actual
of Cthulhu.
Thing.
He's talking about his thing.
I'm just saying a cuttlefish is an actual thing.
Well, that's fair.
It's an animal.
Yeah.
It's a thing in the wild.
Well, anyway, you just picture that, but it also has the word of Cthulhu at the end, so you can imagine how crazy this thing is. Anyway, so they're going to calm down the blood and things like that. That's what they mean by family friendly. I still think that's going to be like the Insane Clown Posse deck building game.
Yeah.
Which exists, and it's probably going to be an Ascension clone. I'm just taking a guess. Please prove me wrong. Eric, tell us about Saboteur: The Lost Mines.
Oh, actually, I don't remember too much about it. It is a re-implementation of Saboteur. Actually, looking at their Board Game Geek page or listing, there's not even information about that on there.
He only gave us like a 30-second spiel.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't anything.
I do like saboteurs, though. I am interested in getting more information and looking into it once it is actually out. But as of right now, there's not a lot of information. I don't remember a lot about the spiel. Do you remember too much?
It's tile laying. You have a board that has the grid on it, and I think you're laying, or you're maybe flipping over tiles as you go through the tunnels and stuff, and you hit obstacles. You can have cards to bypass the obstacles. So like there's an underwater river or something.
Yeah.
You need a boat to go across it. But there's still, I think you play in teams, but there's still a saboteur. I can't remember exactly. I will say this. I hate saboteur. This game interests me. It actually looks kind of cool. So
it looks like basically Saboteur, the board game, they added some more things that already worked the way that the game already worked. It's like they're not changing anything up. I like that it comes with a board. The cards are smaller. So
I think that they were tiles.
Maybe, but I thought they were kind of thick cards. I don't know if they were tiles.
Maybe it was then. Maybe it was.
I think the only tiles were like the starting things, but everything else was a card.
Okay.
We saw City of Kings that took up an entire table.
Yes.
It's like it looks like an adventure game where you're going from like kind of a grid map, but you're going from like the bottom left to the top right kind of thing, and it gets harder.
Right.
But man, if you have not seen this box is crazy thick.
The box is huge.
It was like 8.5 inches or something. It is super, super big. Rise of Tribes. Matt and I kind of looked in on that one. It looks pretty neat. I stayed around for maybe 2 rounds of it. I'm pretty interested in it, so maybe we'll try to acquire like a review copy.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
area control seems, kind of basic but neat.
Yeah. And then you all checked out Ruby.
Yes, I did. Did you listen to him talk about it? You probably
Ruby.
did. The guy, I think the guy was whispering
no.
in my ear about it. So it's a co-op game. Arcane Wonders, I didn't think they would take an IP and just put garbage out, but it looks like they actually, they took an IP and kind of, actually themed it out pretty decent. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be neat.
Sweet. Yeah. I don't know anything about it as far as the TV show or whatever, the series.
Right.
But it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
As far as a game.
It's a co-op game. And it looked pretty interesting. We just kind of sat there for a little bit, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, all right, well, that's all. Do you have anything else on the games that we got pitched to, and we're just going to roll into all the demos?
Oh, yeah. Ready for demos.
All right, so the first game, Keyforge, we're not going to talk too much about because we did talk a lot. Well, Eric hadn't talked about it on the episode we recorded on Sunday. We talked about it a lot with Roy, but essentially, this is probably the most talked about game right now, so we don't have to go super detailed. But what do you think about it, Eric, just to chime in?
You can't even get it right now. It's not going to be widely available until, I think, the 4th quarter of this year.
However,
yeah,
if you have Tabletop Simulator, there's like 20 decks scanned in.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm talking about.
No, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. You just saying that these are randomly generated decks, you're like, if they're randomly generated, there's not going to be a lot of cohesion and whatnot. But no, they played out well. And there's 7 different classes. You're going to have 3 in your class, and it's going to have a unique, deck back, and you're able to scan it and kind of keep track of how well your deck did in tournaments and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm definitely going to, buy a couple decks, and if there is something Louisville to kind of get into, I'll be interested in doing that.
The biggest thing I'm looking forward to is this is the craziest casual competitive game you could ever play.
Yeah.
Like, because you can go and compete and not be amazing at the game, or sorry, you don't have like a $3,000 deck that you slap out on the table in hard plastic sleeves with proxies, and you have like the vault next to you that they can look at through like a 16-inch. I'm talking about the Black Lotus. Anyway, so it's cool because you could go and play this game and probably do decent if you are familiar with your deck well enough in the game, but not spend a lot of money. Literally spend $10.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking really forward to it. So we're going to play this on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
War Chest, Eric and I played this.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like a chess style game where you get these tokens, you put them in a bag, you move them around on the board and try to take over capture points. And I thought it was all right. I mean,
yeah, I thought it was all right. How we played it, I'm not sure on how you actually in a real game divvy up the different characters?
You take the cards and you draft them.
Oh, do you draft them?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that makes it a little better.
Yeah.
With the setup that we had, I didn't see that they were necessarily too balanced, but I understand that.
Yeah, I don't know how you can have. I don't. It's not like you're building crazy combos. Well, I guess you are probably not really combos, but you're setting yourself up.
Work together well.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think it's a little bit of an ugly game.
An overproduced one, right?
The tiles are a good touch, although I would say even though the coins are not tiles, but tokens. The coins or tokens.
The coins, whatever.
Were nice, but when you're throwing them in the bag, they don't really mix up well.
They were kind of weird. I don't know if it's just because they're new, but they did. You're only throwing like 8 things in there. It's not like you're shuffling a huge bag of stuff.
Like if they did it where you just had smaller little chits or something, I think that would have worked out just as well, if not better.
I think they're trying to go on the shock effect of the quality of the game, but at the same time, it's kind of like not necessary. And I think it drove the price up a lot. I mean, $60 for that is not worth it to me.
For a 2-player game?
Well, you can also play it 2-on-2, so you can play it 4 players. But yeah, it is a 2-player game at heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I don't know about that. You better really like that game. Yeah,
if you like the game, this is basically a deluxe version of it, but it's the only option.
Mm-hmm.
We played Remnants. We at least demoed it anyway. What'd you think about that, Matt? Because you kind of came in late, but you got to play around.
Yeah, it's it was a neat concept. You really felt like you were in a post-apocalyptic world trying to, go scavenge and stuff like that. And I like the fact that you had a certain amount of guys, and you put guys towards either just going to the city and you just outright got them, or no, you still had to roll for those, didn't you?
Your guys
for in the city.
Oh yeah, you still rolled. That's when
you still rolled. I guess it just gave you more chances, but then you also kept more guys to do the real time. I guess everybody meets in the middle and tries to like run and grab pieces of scrap, whatever they want to get first. So that was kind of neat with the real time rolling, trying to get
roll off.
Yeah, so it's like everybody's like running, trying to grab stuff, I guess, at the same time.
I want that metal. I want that metal.
Yeah,
or I want that plastic.
It's like, oh, too slow.
Wood.
Got it. Yeah. So I thought it was neat. The bosses, but I guess they have to have something for you to do. The bosses was kind of lackluster to me, but it was like, oh, here comes the big bad guy.
I think the game is mostly focused on the real time aspect,
right? Yes,
but then the rest of it's kind of like, you have to have a game that you're collecting the stuff for.
Right, because I was gonna say otherwise, unless you put like victory points, I guess, on the stuff you're buying.
Oh, they have victory points.
Oh, they do?
Well, that didn't matter to us so much because we only played one round.
Right.
So, or not one round, but we played up until the first boss.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep going, you play another couple bosses and the game ends. But
was it bosses or like a biker gang or something?
It's like biker games and little people, but then at the very end of the game, you fight a boss.
Oh, gotcha.
That's really powerful. Yeah. So you're gearing up to do that. Basically, you're running out, scavenging, coming back, building up your base.
I guess it gives you a purpose.
Yeah,
a reason to build up to. So
yeah, and they keep trying to infiltrate your base, like some stuff like that. But then at the end, I guess the boss gets sick of you, so he comes and tries to take out your stuff.
Yeah. So you either beat them, I think you get some kind of benefit, or you lose and they steal stuff or
it's not like you die or anything.
It's not like the game's over.
Yeah. Right. Seems pretty quick. It's super fun. It was on my list of previews for our last real episode. So, we played Force of Will a few times.
Mm-hmm.
They had this pretty cool system where they had a piece of paper, and you could get stamps for all kinds of stuff.
Playing a game, playing with a friend, bringing a friend,
teaching a friend,
winning games,
coming to the booth.
You come to the booth on each day, buying a starter,
liking them on Facebook and signing up on their webpage,
downloading the app.
Right.
So they had some cool stuff. You basically can turn in 3 stamps essentially to get like a booster pack. I think 5 got you one of those button pins that you had, 5. And then 7 got you a playmat. So I don't think you guys went for boosters at all, right?
No. I did once.
Mm-hmm. You did once?
Yeah.
I traded all mine in for boosters. I think I got like 6 packs. I mean, think about it, like $4 a pack.
Mm-hmm.
That's $24, man. I got a lot of boosters, and I bought a starter, And they gave demo decks. Let's confirm. Change. Anyway, the demo decks, if you took 2 of those and put them together, like you take all the greens from this one and this one and all the blues from them, it makes a 40-card deck. It's like everything you need.
Huh.
It's awesome. So now I have 3 full decks built, and I even took all the cards that I got and kind of put them in there. I actually deck builded this game. I've got 3 decks that's
good to go.
Good to go with everything I own, yes.
Nice.
Oddly enough, Desi, my daughter, saw the Peter Pan card and was like, "Oh, that's like really cute." And like, so she actually got interested just by seeing the Peter Pan card. So
damn, that's what I'm talking about. Bust out the demo deck.
Yeah, so I was like, it's kind of. She actually wanted to bring it up to the Boards and Bites. I was like, we can play that here. I was like, let's go out there and play games that we don't have.
Oh, that's fair.
So
yeah, but you haven't played it with her yet?
Not yet, no, but we will.
That's exciting.
The quality on those cards are really, really nice too.
Yeah, it's super thick, spot gloss on the back.
Yeah, it's good to see that. I guess that game's been around for a while because, like I said, that was what everybody was jumping to when the WoW TCG died out.
Oh yeah.
So it's been around for a bit.
I literally like a week and a half before GenCon, I gave the promos that I've collected the last couple of years to Zach at work because he plays it.
Oh, does he?
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Like, he's gonna get more use out of them than I will, so
Right.
I don't really care.
Nice.
But
So I will say on that real quick, we talked to a guy that owns a store and he does, at least a little bit with Force of Will. He does, unlike, Magic where you have to, put in a lot of money. You have
to pay for their tournament packs, I guess. Is that what you,
no,
tournament
just
kits?
getting
I think you're talking about the rarities.
Yeah, just getting a tournament deck that's gonna do really well. In Magic you might spend many hundreds of dollars, $1,000 or whatever. On this, he said you can build like the best deck for $30 or $50.
Yeah, and that's mostly because it's not the rare cards aren't super expensive. It's that the ultra rare cards and stuff are extended art or foils and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can always buy the normal version of the rare
mm-hmm.
for a few bucks or $5 or whatever. Whereas you could buy a very awesome version of it for like $50 or $100.
Right.
But it's the same card, same functionality.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I'm actually glad that we got around to playing it. I've seen it, obviously it passed out the promos and stuff.
Right.
So I guess next time they'll do it for Vanguard and we'll eventually play that. No, I'm just kidding. Probably not. Gearworks. Do y'all remember this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What'd y'all think of that?
I mean, I didn't mind it. I'm not sure I'm on the replayability, but we played the deluxe version, and it was quite a bit better.
The deluxe version?
Yeah.
I mean, it had cooler tokens and stuff, but it didn't change the gameplay.
No, it doesn't change the gameplay. It's funner to play almost just because it has cooler components, and we played on a mat.
Yeah. This is one of those games that I played. I was looking forward to it mostly because, steampunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I played it, and I thought it was fun. It was good, but I'm not sure. I would have to. It might be maybe too puzzly for me to want to play all the time because it is kind of like a Sudoku kind of deal,
Right?
Like
yeah.
you can't get you're placing numbers in not sequential order, but
on
ascending
on each
or
row
descending.
Yeah, ascending or descending, but then the columns
is different colors.
is colors.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like very puzzly. So it's definitely not a game you want to play later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm too tired for this. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind picking it up eventually, and then
I would say the only thing I didn't really like about it is it's one of those games that's put into 3 parts.
Oh yeah.
Basically, you're playing the game 3 times
and adding up your score.
Right. You don't take anything from basically one turn or one game to the next game, or very little.
Yeah, what you do take is super little.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might matter in the grand scheme of the game, but essentially you feel like you're playing the game 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I got to sit down and play Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, the remake of the Arkham Horror series from Fantasy Flight with Roy Cannaday from
that's where you were.
Epic Gaming Night.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what took me so long.
Yeah.
I was walking around with him talking, and then he was like, man, I really want to try this out. Literally, he says that, the group gets up and leaves. Nice. I was like, well,
here's your chance.
Here's your chance. He goes, sweet, you want to play? I was like, sure, why not? And
what do you think?
Well, I don't know anything about Arkham Horror, the board game, because I never played that. Obviously, we played the other ones.
No, I have it.
Oh, Elder Sign and stuff like that. So I get the idea and the concept. This one seems like it's all right. Like I wasn't blown away, honestly.
Oh, really?
Like
Okay.
if you're a fan of Arkham Horror, it's probably going to be more up your alley. Although you're going to buy a lot of things, it is dramatically different in looks for sure. It's got a modular board setup where you set up these neighborhoods according to a quest card or whatever it is, and then you basically have 2 actions, and it's kind of pandemic-y. This is like new, I think. That's not in the other one, or maybe it's slightly different. But like, I don't know if it's called Doom or whatever. Like these little purple swirl things will pop up in these different areas, and if 3 of them get there, they'll cause a problem. It calls a portal open up, and you got to
calls Cthulhu
yeah.
over.
So I don't know. It was all right. Like I don't know if I would buy this because I'm not so deep into Arkham Horror in general. But in co-ops, obviously I'm kind of straying away from them for the most part. But it was fun. I would play it again for sure. I ended up dying and getting devoured because I was greedy. Got basically a black magic card, and it eventually killed me. So that was pretty fun.
Nice.
The surprise of the convention is right here, folks.
Yeah.
The Munchkin CCG. I mean, I know Eric Lang was behind it. I knew that beforehand, but I had no hopes for this game at all.
Right.
And now I want to buy boosters.
Make a deck.
Dude. Yeah. We told you how it was played, right?
Yeah.
The bluffing aspect of putting a guy down and putting money on it and be like, hey, you want to fight this or not?
Yeah, you want to fight this or let it go through?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, I think you're bluffing. I'll take it.
It's so good. It is so good. Oh, man, I'm so disappointed. It's so good.
Because you do also know, you kind of know what they have in their hand every time. Or, I know he has a 2 cost. I know he has a 4 cost. So he's playing a 4. Is that 4, or is he bluffing with a card? So
yeah, because if you hit somebody with it, it goes basically in a cooldown area, and then you get it back. It doesn't go into discard unless it dies. So that was really fun. You all listed some other games here, so I'm gonna let you all take over.
Oh, that's probably me. Scrabia.
Was that what you played with Ellie?
Oh, the blue orange or blue orange games.
Right. So this is basically everybody's playing on the similar or the same type of board. There's these little, it looks like trees, and there's all these scarabs on the board, and you're getting a deck of cards, and everybody has these Tetris pieces, basically. You get a random card. It shows you which piece to use. You're putting on your board wherever you feel like it. What you're trying to do is you're trying to kind of get those scarabs in small spaces. And depending on how many, and I forgot exactly how many spaces, there's a max to score. I think it's 4 spaces. So basically, if there's 4 spaces and there's the scarab in it, you're going to get 4 points for that scarab, or each scarab. And then you put these victory point chips on it. And you do that, throughout, you use all your tiles. And whoever gets the most points moving around and putting these Tetris pieces around to block in these scarabs, whoever does it best gets the most points.
Gets the winner.
Yeah, it's the winner.
Gets the winner.
It was entertaining. It was a little different. They had it on sale there. I think for $15. I thought about picking it up, but I decided to pass. I had a lot of games. Yeah,
we did buy a lot. All right, Eric, quickly go through the rest of them so we don't have this podcast.
Oh, there's
hit 3
Dragonfire.
hours.
That is a spinoff on a different game that you've played.
It's basically Shadowrun Crossfire with the D&D theme.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be differences too, but I'm saying it's like a retheme of that game.
I didn't really prefer it. We also didn't kind of play through it and get equipment and all that. So.
That would be like, it's not as deep as a legacy game, but it would be like demoing a legacy game of Pandemic for half a game.
Yeah, so I'm not going to hit it too hard because, like I said, we only played a small amount of it. It was kind of basic in what we were doing. So, yeah, I didn't like it a lot on that playthrough, but I could tell there's more to it.
Cool.
There's Rhino Hero Super Battle.
I told Matt about this. You need to play this, Matt.
Which is actually a bigger version, better version of Rhino Hero. You're building these bigger.
You're building
cards.
multi towers,
right?
Multiple towers but
with
you're
bigger cards and you're doing more stuff. You're trying to move your hero to the top of a tower.
and you can knock each other down and stuff like that.
Right. Knocking each other down is just who rolls best.
Oh,
So
is there any kind of dexterity element with the cards and building the towers?
just I think it was just like in Rhino Hero, just being able to place them,
Oh,
putting
I
a thing on
see.
top. So all that was kind of similar. There was a little bit more gameplay to it. And then
Most Wanted?
Oh, I'll put that.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I meant to write down who that was by. I forgot. That was a game that was in my preview. It said that it took poker and did with poker what King of Tokyo did with Yahtzee.
Oh, gotcha. Does it live up to this, Matt?
I don't know. It was a quick game. Essentially, the only thing that it has to do with poker is like you challenge, like you have a hand of cards and you're like, you lay down like 2 cards and the person initiates a challenge and they have a pair in there. They could be bluffing. And so it's up to somebody to lay down a pair to try and beat them. And then whatever action you do, whether you beat them or lose to them or whatever, you have like a racetrack you're trying to go up on. It's really quick. It was a really fast game. Like we played a game, like we sat down and played it in like 10 minutes with explanation.
I'm assuming that's a game that you play over and over and over and over until a certain point or something.
And I think a guy just snowballed. He got lucky and just won it extremely fast. But I think even beyond that, it's pretty quick.
Gotcha.
So it was okay. I wouldn't say it did the same for poker as King of Tokyo did for Yahtzee, but
you should bring that game tomorrow. Was it Kobakayawa or whatever?
Yeah.
You should bring that because we haven't played that yet, and I think you're really gonna like that. It is poker with a point scoring kind of deal.
right.
So, and then Eric, did you put Boom Bang Gold on here?
No, I did because we all played it.
yeah.
Oh, did we? We didn't really play it.
We demoed it.
Demoed it a little
We should have put
bit.
that up on the games we saw.
We demoed
All
that.
right, fair enough. You explain this.
I
then.
mean, it's Haba. It's silly. It's there's a mine and you throw dynamite, like these big chunky wooden dynamite things into this thing. It has a bunch of chits. It flips other chits over just from the repercussion, and then everybody's just scrambling around and grabbing stuff.
it is a really fun concept.
Yeah, so that was basically the game. There's other like mechanics, but we don't have to go into it.
That's fair. Well, anyway, it's pretty much. I mean,
There's one more.
oh, what? I didn't see this. Go ahead.
Because I added it right here. Transformers card game.
You wrote it on your
Yeah.
paper. That's why I didn't see it.
Transformers card game, Eric.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We stood in line.
You
for...
all actually played it, right?
Yes.
Right. We played a whole.
All right. Tell me how this garbage fest went.
It's not the best game in the world.
No, it was pretty basic.
It's very basic.
I'm so glad I did not.
What were we
on?
on? We were done in like 4 turns.
It wasn't very long. Yeah, 4 turns each or something. Yeah,
4 turns each. Yeah.
because you get like 10 life or whatever. You're playing cards and attacking each other. You can transform into your car form or your vehicle form or your.
Which I don't get why you wouldn't do that. Is that
Like you just instantly become better.
there must be other cards like, or maybe it's a strategy in the game later on or something. But
Yeah.
as far as a demo, it's like, why wouldn't you turn into this guy?
Mhm.
So, why would you stay as a car?
Well, you get different sides give you a different benefit. I can't think of exactly what the benefit was. Like one side you might hit harder, or that's one of my abilities. I think it was, and his you get another defense die.
Right, another defense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was okay, but it was really, really basic.
If anything, the IP will bring people who probably don't play games at all into it, and it's easy for them to pick up and learn.
I mean,
I suppose, but the G.I. Joe card game died so fast,
yeah.
and I kind of liked it actually. But
The cards were nice looking. They were nice, large cards, and they were foil. And
Yeah.
it's weird because they tried a Transformer game back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like very paper rock scissor garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't have any hopes for it, so I'm not upset that it's not good.
I kind of had a little hope for it, but yeah, it didn't reach my hope level.
No.
That's fair. Well, we're gonna wrap up the GenCon part and then be done with this. But let's just talk about GenCon as a whole and what your, I guess, final thoughts or anything else you want to bring up about the convention, like it even compared to last year or whatever.
Anything real quick? These were just thoughts I wrote down as we were getting there.
Sure.
Coupon book is garbage.
Yeah,
I'm tired of the coupon book because that is essentially what it is.
It's you grab your dice coupon out of it.
and
you throw the rest of
that's essentially
it away.
Brotherwise Games running out of boss monster.
Oh man, yeah, what
things.
was up with that?
What is up with that?
Right.
Because that would have been like the only other thing I ripped out of the book, and then I pretty much gave up on that. What is up with that will call line?
Oh wow, yeah, that was sad.
That thing stretched for a mile.
Right.
That was ridiculous. They needed to try and do something to fix that. I think that was about all I had outside of what we talked about.
Eric?
Yeah. Well, he hit it.
That's fair. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, yeah, other than normal Gen Con stuff.
Body odor was up this year.
Oh, the Blizzard
it
booth.
was.
Blizzard
Oh,
was
Blizzard.
there.
Yeah, Blizzard was there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to play some Hearthstone.
That's what got us back into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say they had a nice presence. Their merchandise was really outrageously priced.
Garbage.
But I mean, the setup they had was nice.
I mean, you don't go to a I don't know. Why would you have a merch that's like, here's a replica version of Iceborne for $5,000?
Who wants to carry that around?
Yeah. Who's gonna carry that much cash? I mean, I guess they take credit now, but I mean, I don't know. There was just nothing I wanted to buy from their booth at all.
No, I looked. But yeah,
I was excited.
I wanted to find something.
Yes,
but I just
agreed.
I couldn't.
Agreed. The only thing I was really excited about was the stress toy that you got for
demoing.
Hearthstone.
Yeah, the actual Hearthstone.
It's like a rock.
Yeah. Like I would have probably bought that for $5 or something. I mean, but yeah, everything else in their book, nope.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm tired of these stupid little vinyl figures. Sorry, Matt. But like not really like the pop vinyls or
You're talking about the big resin.
I'm talking about the ones that are like in the booster boxes that you open up and get random little vinyl doll guys.
Oh, that is a pop. The
little bitty boxes.
Yes, the little they're like that big. Those are random. Those are stupid.
Yeah, those are stupid. Add a game behind it, and then you'll see me shelling out a stupid amount of money for no reason. But I don't know. It's very knick-knacky to me.
Yeah.
Don't they do that for HeroClix?
Well, HeroClix is a game.
It's a game,
right.
though.
But they give you random boxes,
right.
do they?
I'm fine with random, but if I want to buy something to sit on a shelf, I would rather buy specifically what I'd like to look at.
Yeah.
You know, if I hate every character in a fighting game and I'm like, I want to pull Ryu.
Yeah, they're essentially, it's it's because there's different odds on the characters, and of course the ones that they figure most people will want is the lower odds. It's rare. So it's got, like, they tell you the odds at least, but
yeah,
you know, it's just a crapshoot on what you get.
Yeah. It's like playing a game on your mobile phone.
Best you can do is, if you want to go that route, have people to trade with, but it's probably just cheaper to buy them on eBay.
I agree.
If you're going to try and do something
and
like
not
that.
open 250 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they could have had something cool. Like, come to the booth and get like some cool promo for Hearthstone.
I did notice Hearthstone does have a place to put promo codes.
Does it really?
Yes.
See, that would have been cool. Maybe they did. We didn't see it, but you know, the Fireside Tavern thing was cool. Good thing we all forgot about that until after.
No, I tried to do it, but it just took me a while to get my account back on my phone.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Probably because you had to download all the new
all the new updates.
Yeah.
I had to do the same thing.
And try to figure out my login and password and all that.
Oh.
Like it didn't automatically go into it.
You couldn't do it in this time you were
Game
standing
Center.
there.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm glad that they were there. I actually wish that more video game companies would make a presence, even if they don't have like board game stuff. I'm not saying I want to see a lot of that, but like some of the bigger ones, like Hearthstone's a very good reason to be there.
It's a card game.
Yeah.
You know, it fits.
But I mean, like there's other ones that are super big, like the I totally drew a blank now. There's another one that's like super big. Yeah, I don't remember. Dang it.
Star Realms.
No, it wasn't. No, I'm
talking
talking
about
about like a computer game that, like games like Hearthstone, where it's a straight digital game. I mean, I guess there was some booths in the actual vendor area, like that other game that I totally forgot the name of. Oh, we're gonna move on from that. Anyway, so I'm glad
Heroes of Light or Light Seekers.
Light Seekers, yeah, but that's a card game now.
Right.
There's another one in there that was over by the Kingdom Death Monster, which, by the way, new goal for 2019
Tim's gonna get that
is for me to take tons of stupid money and pick up a giant black box that
just to carry it around.
I mean,
be on Team Death.
Yeah, I'm on Team Death. Please don't rob me. But I'm so thinking I'm gonna do that next year. I'm gonna buy it.
That'd be cool. I would like to play it.
Yeah, we'll get the Gloomhaven one of these days.
Yeah. I'm
Anyway.
open that up.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right.